Annabella Stitchery. So by popular request, and by that I mean a single request, I am now offering page kits for my scrapbook layouts. Not all of them. This is my first one, but I'm going to show you how to make this layout in the video. I'm also going to show you what is all included in the kit should you want one. I have 4 available. And if you don't want one, you can still make this. Hey! Joy of the internet. You can make this using any kind of collection you have. This is kind of just to give you an idea of this kind of scrapbook layout sketch. And I would love to hear your feedback and thoughts because literally I've never done kits before in this kind of style. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I did is I took this sheet, which I love because it has quotes, pretty illustrations, but the back has this really cool neutral yet still ephemeral kind of text on it. So what you're gonna do is cut this in half like so. A lot of this has already been prepped just because I wasn't sure what I was gonna do. So I kind of played around with design and so things are cut. But you're just gonna cut it right down here, see? So this bottom half is going to work as our matting for our photo collage. And then this top, you're gonna cut out this here. Today is your opportunity to build the tomorrow you want. Sounds legit. And then I cut out this here, escape the ordinary, and your potential is endless. So I cut these 3 pieces out and I'm also going to use those in my design. And then the other elements here are a photo mat cut from another sheet of paper. It's a cute collection. Darcelle is what it's called. It's new. If you like that, check it out. I'll try to put links to these things also in my description. So if you want to order any of these things, you can do that as well. And then I also have a little postcard that it's a printable. So I printed that up. One thing you could do, totally optional. I like, because Prima Marketing does such shabby chic kind of styles, I love roughing up the edges and inking. Again, this is optional. It's already going to look cute if you don't even do the step. So I take scissors to do that and literally just shred my paper. I love when it cuts like this. You can go as careful or as reckless as you like. I find the more torn up and beat up it looks, the better. Like old jeans, you know what I'm saying? But you could also use a nail file for this. I know Heidi Swap back in the day had this thing. It looked like a tiny pink Pac-Man and it would also shred your paper. So if you have anything like that, I'm sure Tim Holtz also has tools like that. But I find scissors just works and I always have them handy. And again, the messier the better. So I don't really care if I rip my paper. In fact, I kind of like it. And it kind of gives it some texture and dimension as well. So another option you could do is to mat these with like a brown cardstock if you want a cleaner look, or just do this kind of shredded. It was in my pants pocket and went through the washing machine. That's what I call this look. You know? So you're just gonna go down all the sides like this. On all the papers. There's a nice little paper dust all over your room. Okay. Easy breezy. This is probably the most time consuming part of the project if you choose to do this, just because all the pieces of paper have 4 sides. It's a lot of ground to cover. And then I'm gonna take this one too, just do a little shredding on the edges. But it's so cool and it kind of like that junk journal style, shabby chic, old vintage stationery found in an attic. You know, all those things like in the movies, but I've never found anything cool in an attic. I was telling my friends at book club the other day, I'm just going to keep buying old houses in the hopes that one day I'm going to open some kind of door where there's going to be a secret panel in a wall, and boom, there's the rare baseball cards some ancestor left behind. Or I don't know, a vintage, I don't know, what, watch? That'd be great. Maybe even a gold bar. Who knows? Dream big. I've yet to find it. I'm in a 70-year-old house. No treasures yet. Possible ghost. Still on the fence on that one. Some strange things happen. Seems like a nice enough ghost though, so not too worried about it. The layout's great. Okay, so once you have that done, again, your other option is to ink or keep this kind of white shredded edge. Totally a preference choice. If you ink, the only thing that's not going to be in your kit is the ink. So you're going to just ink your edges as desired, as they say. Like in those recipe books where they're like, add icing as desired. There you go. This is your icing. So you're going to just ink up things. Again, one of my favorite styles to work with because you can't mess it up. And it doesn't have to look any specific kind of way. The more the merrier on ink as far as I'm concerned. I tend to go a little heavy on the ink. If you've seen some of my other videos where there's like, whoops, well, that is dark. And we're just gonna go with it. Adds interest, right? So I'm gonna ink these up too. And then one other thing I'm gonna prepare for you in this kit is your die cut little kind of lace cardstock trim. This is from a punch from EK Success. I'll try to put a link for this as well, because if you don't, I'm assuming you don't have this, that's why I'm gonna prepare this, but it's one of my all-time favorite punches. I use it probably 90% of the time, and it goes with so many styles. It's just a great design. It's general enough that it kind of fits all the kind of shabby chic stuff I do. And then, how did I lose one? There we go. I ink this last one here. And the other optional inking element is your doily. Doilies are adorable in white. You're going to have a higher contrast if you keep it white like this, or you could throw some ink on there and just kind of age it a little bit. With this, I would go a little bit lighter just because you don't want to lose it against this kind of brown background. But you could throw some on there, sure, why not? While it's handy. And this ink I'm using is Distress Ink Vintage Photo. Even more vintage because it's been used a lot. So it's probably not even as dark as it originally comes. Okay, then I'm going to take my main cardstock layer here, and we're just going to start building. And what I like to do is kind of figure out about where I want everything. Add a little tiny piece of glue. I'm just going to use a glue gun throughout because it's quick. Okay, so I'm going to add that there. And then I'm going to add my little cardstock here. So this is like a trim. You could put it down further if you just want a little bit of it showing. You could put it as high up as you want. It's a really nice big punch. So it gives you a lot of flexibility when you use it as far as like how much you want revealed. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same for down below. I'm just going to tuck it under there. Super easy, and it's adorable, right? This is so cute to punch in black for like Halloween pages, white. It's a great alternative to lace if you don't have lace. There's also a cute lace die from Tim Holtz. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. I've used it in other videos too, but I don't want to get distracted here. Okay, so then I'm just going to finish gluing that down. Boom, done. The next thing you're going to do, take your doily. I kind of like to lay my design out a little bit first before I start gluing things down, because I've learned the hard way. It's kind of easier to do it this way than to rip everything up. Okay, so I want to do this quote on the top, but I still want enough room peeking out for a photo. And I love layers, love it. But see how cute that looks when you just kind of shabby chic it up? Okay, so I think I'm gonna do like, maybe like this. Scoot it over a little bit. Yeah, okay. Then I'm gonna add a little drop of glue. I don't want to firmly glue this down just because I like that these kind of stick up and look full. If I glued all the edges down, it would flatten out all this like kind of ruffle that we did with the paper and the scissors. So I also want to leave myself a window here so I could slide a photo and this on top. If you have your photo already ready, you could do that along with this step. Just mat your photo here and then you don't have to worry about this glue part. It's up to you. I sell these pre-made and I ship them like this, so I like to always leave that pocket open for somebody's photo. Then we're gonna do this top piece. Another thing I really enjoy doing, and if you've seen some of my pages, you see kind of I do this a lot, is to add little tiny collages in another part of the page. It just kind of draws the eye. It gives you like your interest here. Then there's a little bit of interest here. It's kind of fun. So I'm just gonna shabby chic this up too and ink it. And this I liked just because it gave me a little bit of that blue up at the top part of the page. I love this kind of like jewel tone. Oh man, it's such a refreshing change. I've been doing fall pages for the last few weeks, which I love fall colors, but it's nice to work with a completely different color palette because it just feels fresh and I feel like it inspires in a fresh new way to have whole new colors, whole new paper, just to kind of change it up. I know I get a lot of messages about people wanting to craft, but they feel stuck. And I think sometimes it's just a matter of just change up the collection, change up the style, go to something totally different. And then sometimes that makes the creativity come back in any way. Okay, so I'm just gonna put these here. I wanted just a peek of the blue. So I'm gonna trim this at the top. Flip it here. Boom. And now our base layout is done. Now is the fun decorating part. So what I'm going to do is get my flowers together and kind of stage them in a pleasing way. So let's do some different colors. I really wanted to focus on the purples and the creams on this one. I love that color palette. It's just so pretty and rich and just makes me happy. That's the whole story. Okay, so we're gonna do like that. And this is kind of all of these supplies will be in your kit, but you don't have to do it in this exact way. If you wanna do it a different way, you wanna lay your flowers out in a different way, I'm not the boss of you, okay? So just do the way you want. So I kinda like this. Got some paper residue. And now I'm going to kind of glue it down. I want to make sure I don't lose the words, so you don't want to cover your text here too much. And then layer. And again, flowers are so forgiving and they're just so gorgeous, but they don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be symmetrical, which I'm all about. Okay, so there's that. Again, I'm not going to put the glue over my photo mat area. Tuck it in there. And then I just love these leaves. How cute are these? They're so tiny. These are also from Prima Marketing. They came in a collection with these little tiny flowers. Aren't they cute? And I just love leaves because they add a little something extra. Now I'm gonna wait. Not sure how I'm gonna do those yet because I'm gonna also do rhinestones. But I kind of have a general idea of how I want to do this. If it seems like I'm just throwing this together really fast, again, I have already prepped this. If you don't believe me, look, I took a picture. So if it looks like, oh, I'm so quick, usually I'm not that quick, but I kind of had an idea and that's what I'm going with. Here, by the way, this will kind of give you an idea. I didn't ink this doily yet or these papers. So if you don't choose to do it this way, it still looks cool. So use your feelings on that. I'm gonna do a little leaf here at the top. And then another fun element I wanted to add were butterflies. And this is where printables could be so much fun and add so much charm without adding a lot of bulk or a lot of extra cost. So if you're working on some pages and what else does it need? Printables. And I actually have this printable available to download for free on my blog, and also in another video there's a link to that blog. So check that out too if you want this. It's really cool. I use it for a lot of things. So what I did was cut out some little clock pieces here. And one tip I wanted to give you if you are not familiar with fussy cutting is when you cut, it's so much easier to just turn your paper versus changing your scissors. So if you keep your scissors fairly steady in whatever's comfortable for you and just use your other hand to turn the paper, it's much easier to have a clean cut. That's just something I heard a long time ago, and it was true. So you'll have clock die cuts and butterflies in your kit. You can cut these butterflies out with their antenna. If this seems daunting, just chop the antennas off. I've also done that before. It's not a big deal. So I'm going to place some little butterflies here. I do love butterflies. Maybe behind the flower there a little bit. I'm not sure on that one yet. And then the clocks. Now there's two ways to do the clocks too. If you want clocks everywhere, guess what? Boom, there you go. Now you got two clocks. And just find where you like them. I kind of like them all over the place. I feel like, again, it's such a great embellishment to use, and it's so versatile to how you want it to look. You want a clock coming out the top here. I think I'm going to chop this in half too. Get more out of your clocks there. See how cute? So cute. Oh my gosh, I love these. Oh, I do love a good clock die cut, I gotta say. You could even put one up here, wherever you want. This is your creation too. So even if you do get a kit, or if you want to use this idea for other kinds of designs, there's just so much flexibility with certain embellishments, I think. So lastly, before I put all my butterflies down, I wanted to use some rhinestones because I like them. Now your rhinestones, these are huge. These are from Prima Marketing too. They're huge. You have a choice. If you want to go big and use an entire one like this or like that, especially if you already have your photo in place, do it. But I prefer cutting mine apart and using them in sections just because A, they are massive, and B, this gives me a little bit more control onto how much I want exactly where. So I'm just going to cut these down like so and put these around here. Sometimes I find with rhinestones, they're not super sticky. I don't know, each brand's a little bit different. So if you need to add a little glue behind, you may not. Especially with the, like, see how this is like a ruffled edge now? If you want to add a little bit of, this is art glitter glue. I'm just going to add a little bit so these don't pop up on me. But I do love rhinestone swirls, oh man. Okay, now since I have that one down, I'm going to add my butterfly. And I just like to put glue right in the middle because I want my butterfly flying. So if I don't add the glue to the entire butterfly, I could fluff up the wings like so. Cute, right? And let's see, where else should we put some rhinestones? How about, maybe the bottom, maybe not. This part I hadn't planned out yet. So again, cutting them up just works for me. Really does. Okay, so I'm gonna put these under here. Kind of ties in with the other part of the page. And then I'm going to put my leaf maybe there. Cute. And now I'm going to put these leaves too, I think. I want more rhinestones. What do you think? Now, if you get this kit, I'm going to have 4 of these available. If you do get this kit and you put it together, I would love to know in the comments what you think. And what would you like to see in future kits? Because this is brand new for me. I literally had never even thought about doing kits before. And somebody on Instagram, when I posted a page from this collection, had asked if I sell page kits. And I was like, well, we'll see tomorrow. Not yet, but you know what? I probably could. Why not? So let me know what you think about these kits. And again, if there's things that you would like to see in kits or styles or brands, let me know. But the nice thing about watching scrapbooking videos, I think, is it gives you lots of ideas for any kind of paper. Like this layout, you could do with any collection or style. It's just a really cute design and it's full of fun things, but it also lets you still see the pretty paper because I didn't want the pretty print and color to get lost with like too much. So that's why I really wanted to make sure that the main portion of my decoration all stayed in one spot. That way I didn't lose all the paper here. You know what I'm saying? Okay, should we do another butterfly? That's kind of cute. I'm still deciding. Let's see, so I'm gonna put a little glue there. Tuck that butterfly there. Oh my gosh, these are so cute. So cute. Okay. Now I'm trying to decide if I want to do this one up here. I'm kind of torn. What do you think? I don't know if is it just too much? Maybe I'll just leave it. So maybe, let's see, put it around. This is why I need y'all crafting with me. I need you like a live feed. Well, that's kind of cute. Okay, so we'll put it there. There we go. Now, the last thing you could do that's optional, if you like glitter, you could do something like stickles on your butterflies, on the little roses here. You could make it even fancier with some glitter. Totally optional. I like it without as well. It's so pretty and there's just so much to see. The other thing that I love, and I'll include these in your kit as well, are pins, little pearl straight pins. I think add this kind of like vintage antique shop feeling to it. So I like to just put those in my biggest kind of collage area. And that's my layout. What do you think? Now, another thing you could do, again, it's all in the details. Take your scissors, go along the edge of your main paper too. Shabby it up. You can't go wrong with just ripping paper and inking it up. See? So you could do that. Now that I've started, just gotta go the whole way. Embrace it. I love this technique. It's so fun. If for some reason you think you've ripped it too much or you put a hole in it or whatever, you could always just add another layer of cardstock behind. So there's no way to completely mess up. So let it go. Let it go. Not gonna sing the rest of that Frozen song, because if anybody else out there has toddlers, I will spare you the Frozen song and Baby Shark. This is my guarantee. You will never hear me sing either of those songs. Okay, so I'm gonna ink this up. And I love it. What do you think? I love it. I need to hear your thoughts. So much of this craft time, I'm just by myself. So leave your comments below. Craft with me. Okay, so there's that. And again, if you don't have the kit, it's fine. This is still such a great design. You could do this with so many different kinds of papers and color palettes. I love all the little ephemera details throughout. Maybe. That's the thing with crafting, the more you look at it, the more you're like, maybe. You know what? I'm gonna put another little rhinestone piece from this bottom. Boom, there. I'm gonna put that up here. Okay, no, I'm not. Put it over here. Bear with me. Every time I say, see, I'm done, then I just add something else. Story of my life. It's like when my family's like, oh, we're ready for dinner, or we're trying to leave, or it's bedtime, and I'm like, I'm almost done. Cut to several hours later. Where's mom? I don't know. She's almost done. She's in a craft room. Okay, so here's this. Done, gorgeous, ready, easy, right? So let me show you what a kit looks like. Again, this is my first kit. Might be your first kit. We're in this together. That's cool. This is what a kit's gonna look like. Shipped. Okay, so I have your papers here, your main cardstock, the purple, see? Then here's that with the text and all that different things. The die cut strips, your doily, rhinestones. As you can see, there's a ton. So you could use however much or little as you like. Your clocks, butterflies, postcards, flowers, leaves, everything's in there. And your directions are gonna be on this link. Here you go. So you could watch it over, pause it, slow it down, speed it up. You could alter this design however you'd like. Again, the only materials you'll need are scissors, glue, your optional inks and stickles if you want to use it. But that's it. If you're interested in the kit, don't leave me a comment. If you're interested in the kit, email me. I'll put my email in the description link. Or you can message me on Instagram or Facebook. That way you're not putting like your personal email and stuff in the general comments. And then I could PayPal you the invoice, ship it out to you. I also sell these pre-made. So I have a ton of scrapbook layouts. If you want something, you could just put your pictures in. Check out my eBay shop, my Etsy store. Links are also in the description. So what do you think? You like this color palette? What's your favorite color, blue or purple? I really can't decide. I want to say blue, but there's something about this shade of purple. I don't know, I'm reconsidering a lot of things I thought I knew. So be sure to subscribe to my channel also and ring the bell. Let's craft together. Check it out and try it out. Let's make some stuff. Bye.